There we go. Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today on our podcast called Bridging Barriers. Now, this is a podcast that brings heart, it brings hope and help to parents and caregivers of children with adaptive needs. So, I'm your host, Sue Jansen, and I'm a proud mom, a proud grandma, and a barrier-free living advocate. So today with my daughter Candace Jansen, whose daughter lives with cerebral palsy and cortical vision impairment. She's 12 now. We're here to just say you are not alone. Each week we bring inspiring parent stories, we bring expert insights and practical resources just to help you navigate daily challenges with confidence and with care. So whether you're seeking a community support or simply a moment just to breathe, you found your place. This is it. So let me tell you today, I'm excited about my guest today. She's one of our expert guests, and I'm thrilled to introduce you to her. Her name is Linda Lee Smith, and she's a remarkable holistic nurse entrepreneur with a wealth of knowledge and certifications in energy healing, aromatherapy, and transformational life coaching. So we're focused today on just you getting the care and self-care that you need, because you put a lot out there for everybody else. We want you to focus on yourself today. So I want to tell you a little bit more about Linda, and then she's going to take over here. So Linda Smith draws upon 30 years experience as holistic nursing and healing energy, aromatherapy, and she also coaches clients to live the life that they want to live. She's also author of over 30 books on energy healing and aromatherapy. So whether you're a parent or a caregiver of a child with adaptive needs, as long as you are still breathing, life isn't done with you yet. So there's more for you to do, and more for you to have, and more for you to experience. So she finds that coaching others is the most rewarding, and helping others navigate their many challenges enables her to help them discover what is really important, and lastly, to take action in creating the life that they love. So ladies and gentlemen, let me just warmly welcome my guest that I've known from before, and I'm so happy to have her here. Linda Smith, welcome. Welcome.
Well, thank you, Susan. It's good to be with you again. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. So tell us, tell the audience, because we're, like I said, we're kind of focusing on self-care, the importance of that, and why it's not selfish. We want to get that off the board like right away. And so tell us a bit more about you and how you serve people in that capacity.
Well, first of all, to be a caregiver of anyone, I don't care if it's a child or an aging parent, if you're not taking care of yourself, um, both of you will suffer. And so, in order to give the best care, you have to first care for yourself. And that is not selfish. In
Yeah.
fact, that is the only way that you can go about this. I just finished publishing a book about a month ago,
Oh,
and it's called,
congratulations, by the way. Yeah.
this one is called The Wellness Reset. And be honest, I've just published 4 books in the last year.
And so
And
what do you do with your spare time? May I
yeah,
ask?
right. No, I love writing because it's like for 30 years, I was on the road teaching all over the world, and I never had the time to really write down what it was that I was gathering, all this knowledge. And so now that I've retired, whatever that's called,
Whatever that, we have to do a whole show on what that means, that
I
word.
have
Uh,
no idea.
Me neither.
So I've started writing things down, and it's like it's just flowing. And this particular one, the Wellness Reset, is like my formula. It's a holistic formula for how do you like reset not only your physical body, your mental, your spiritual, your whole self, so that whatever it is that you're called to do in the world, you're able to do it.
Mhm.
There is a couple of things that really struck me that I wanted to bring to your audience. And one is how sad the American diet is.
And
It's
Canadian, we're up here in Canada too.
it is it is it actually the it's the SAD diet. Let me get that page here.
Sure.
25. The standard American diet. The abbreviation is SAD, and it is sad. Okay, it places enormous strain on our ability to control our blood glucose levels. Uh, we talk a lot in the US about caloric restriction, and dietary restriction, and time restriction, and all this stuff. But when you take a look at what it is that we're eating, we are not feeding our bodies correctly. And when we're not doing that, then whatever the work is that we are called to do is suffering. And so I talk a lot about that, but the one main point that I want to bring to your audience is a one line that comes from my chapter on mindfulness and mental clarity.
Okay.
And that is notice what you're noticing. Notice
Mindfulness.
what you're noticing.
Right.
That's not just noticing what's outside of you, but notice what's inside of you. Because if you're not paying attention to what your thoughts are, or not noticing what the things are that you're saying to yourself,
Mm-hmm.
then you're going down the wrong road.
Mm-hmm.
This notice what you're noticing is actually a rule number one in brave thinking, which
Yeah.
comes from Mary Morrissey.
Yes, yes. I've heard of that.
Yeah. Now, historically, we look at mindfulness as, oh, that's a Buddhist way of living. Well, it doesn't matter if you're Buddhist or not. It's a practical, everyday tool that anyone can use, whether you're washing the dishes, doing the laundry, mopping the floor, or you're out, driving the car, going to the doctor's office with your child or your parent that you're taking care of. And it's a paying attention
Mm-hmm.
in the moment. It is present moment awareness.
Yeah.
And when we really pay attention to that, life shifts.
Mm-hmm.
Our energy shifts, because when we're not paying attention, our energy pulls in.
Mm-hmm. It's contracted, right? Not
It
expanded.
contracts.
Yes.
And, in order to be the caregiver that you want to be, your field needs to expand.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because it's not only providing a protective energetic barrier where what's out there cannot get inside. It helps us to be present in the moment, to, and to be aware that um, the stuff that's going on politically, that's going on, locally, does not get inside and
Mm-hmm.
affect you.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many things that the outside world is trying to bring us down into a place of fear.
Yes.
And when we are in fear, um, we're not, we, that's what's going to come out is
Yeah.
fear from inside out.
Right.
Um, and what we need is that protective barrier so that we can maintain the love
Mm-hmm.
that's inside, because it's only the love that we have to give to others.
Exactly. No, that's wonderful. And that mindfulness and being present. And I think also drawing attention when you're in we hear that a lot, right? Being in the present moment, just being, like, notice where you are. And I think for me, the biggest thing in using that rule is to be grateful, like have gratitude for what I do see and feel around me, not just focusing on those negative things. So it's just noticing. I love my yard right now, and this is the beginning of summer in Alberta, Canada, and where everything's green, and we've got so many squirrels and little chipmunks running around, And I have a rabbit that keeps coming out from under my deck. And I keep like
Oh,
out in the morning, every morning, and I just take, that's my time of gratitude. And I just see, are you there? Like I'm looking for him. Sometimes he's sitting there and sometimes he's not. But it's really fun. I don't know if it's a he or she. I'm probably a she, and she had babies, I think, too. But anyway, I'm just saying that just being really focused and being grateful for what you are seeing and focusing on that positive side
mhm,
is really
mhm.
helpful too. It's helped me.
Science has taken a look at this whole concept of mindfulness, of being in the present moment. And science is now recognizing that what this whole practice of it does is it reduces stress and anxiety. It improves focus and concentration. It enhances emotional resilience. It lowers blood pressure and supports heart health. It strengthens the immune system and it improves our sleep quality. Now, those are win-wins.
Those are huge.
Right, right.
So what's the best way to do this now? What's the easiest way that you found to find that mindfulness, to be able to zero, like ignore what's going on and really focus in? Do you have any tips and tricks about that?
Well, um, the ones that I think that we're all aware of that we don't always take advantage of, and that
Breathing.
is starting the day in a place of gratitude. No matter what life has served up for you, there is something that you have that's going on or that you have that you can be grateful.
Mm-hmm.
And we can be grateful for things and we can be grateful in things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm grateful in this life. I am grateful in serving my child, my parent, whoever it is I'm caring for.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but and then having, I don't care if it's 5 minutes, 5 minutes of taking a breath,
Mm-hmm.
focusing in the moment. If you have 20 minutes, which would be a luxury, 20 minutes of just prayerfully being in the moment. You can call it prayer time, you can call it, rest time or focus time, but it's meditating just on the breath.
Mm-hmm.
The breath is what is our entrance into self-awareness.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the breath is breathing in through the nose for 4 or 5 counts, holding it for 1 or 2 counts, and then pursing your lips and blowing out.
For double the count, does it make a difference if you double that count, that to 8, breathing
Yes.
out?
Yes.
Just kind of over, it
Mhm.
helps you just relax a little bit more, I think.
And when life starts getting edgy during the day, is to remember to breathe and going back to that breath. And it only takes 3 or 4 breaths to get you focused back in your body. Because when life gets really chaotic, what has happened is our energy is dissipated out
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and we need to call it home.
Exactly.
And when we call it home, we're bringing it back right into our body to serve us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. And
And
I
in this
find,
book, I
yeah,
also talk about movement.
okay.
And I'm not talking about exercise. I'm not a big exercise person, right? But what I'm talking about is moving the body in ways that can unwind the chaos that's going on. There's something I came across about a year ago, and it's called transcendence.
Oh,
Transcendence. Jennifer Jimenez, who is actually Mary Morrissey's daughter,
oh, really?
created this wonderful program. And I talk about it here in this book. And it's allowing your body to move with the flow of whether it's just sitting in your chair and being able to stretch and move without any constraints
Yeah.
put upon us. There's no right way, there's no wrong way.
Mm.
Anyway, I describe it in the book, Transcend Dance. You can look it
Dance
up
and
too.
dance. I'll have to look that up. Thank you.
So it's transcending what's going on in your world through movement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I talk about movement. I talk about food. What else do I talk about in here? Um, being in a supportive community.
Mm-hmm.
That's really key,
Mm-hmm.
especially for people who are caregivers of loved ones who have needs that we
Yeah.
have to pay attention to.
Exactly. That's exactly why my daughter and I have the Bridging Barriers membership, because that's a place where you can come in and meet others just like you. You don't have to explain anything or apologize for anything. You're just there, and we know what you're going through because we've been there ourselves. So,
Right. So
so important.
building a supportive community
Community.
that can be there when you can't be there for yourself.
Exactly. Yeah.
Um, and then I talk about the power of journaling, which is a real gateway to personal growth. And I talk about natural remedies that can help you, as in energy healing, in aromatherapy, homeopathy, the healing power of sound therapy.
Mm.
And then I address the storm that comes within. It's understanding emotional turbulence
Mm-hmm.
because, you know, uh, this is a commitment.
Mm-hmm.
It's like something that I read not too long ago in a book called The Energy Codes. And she asked you to imagine that you're at the cosmic bus stop before you come into this world. And you're at this cosmic bus stop waiting for the bus to take you to this life that you have chosen.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm.
there are other souls there. And you get to talking with the other souls. And one of them says, well, in this lifetime, I'm going to focus on creativity. And someone else says, in this lifetime, I'm looking for the perfect relationship.
Oh.
And you think to yourself, what am I going to focus on? Well, perhaps you chose to focus on being a caregiver
Mm-hmm.
for someone else.
Being of service. Mm-hmm.
You focused on forgiveness or loving someone who can't return the love. The thing is, once you get on the bus and you come into this life, you forget it all. However, the die is set, and that's what you came to learn.
Mm-hmm.
So it was an interesting concept. And when I think about it, it's like, what did I come into this lifetime to learn? And it's like, oh gosh, when I look back, I just turned 80, by the way.
Oh, happy birthday.
And when I look back on my 80 years, it's like, gosh, I've learned this lesson and this one and this one and this one and this one. And so I'm trying to get them all down in books.
Oh, and you're doing a great job. You're collecting lots there. So you know what, Lynn? Tell me about when, and we're talking about mindfulness and being aware. Self-aware is so important. Just to be self-aware of why you're feeling what you're feeling. And a lot of times we come into a place where we're just our nose is against the door of we're just being bombarded with something negative. Like it's not something that we asked for. It's not something that we created. It's being created around us. It's this chaos that a lot of the moms I talk to talk about, and it's just their life. But it seems like, and sometimes it just slams them harder than other times. But my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, excuse me, is that we have to be aware of that. Yeah, sure, I'm angry, and there's a reason that I'm angry right now. But it's acknowledging that you are angry, and then just saying, okay, what am I going to do about that? So what can I do? I can go take a breath for 10 seconds. I can go to the bathroom if you get a chance, because I know how hard that is for a lot of these moms to get to the, and the kids want to come in with them. And so just tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, it's finding that inner focus. Um, it does not have to take hours, doesn't have to take minutes. It can take seconds.
Seconds. But it's
And
okay, right? We can give ourselves permission for those feelings to happen. Those are going
right,
to be, those are going to
exactly,
happen. Yes.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And when you focus like that, it's recognizing that, yeah, there's chaos. And the chaos out there is trying to get inside here. And it's navigating that to a place of stability, um, and how to really um, create a level of resilience,
Mm.
because it takes resilience to get through this life in one piece. All right, right. So I talk a great deal about that in the book.
Good.
127. Um, that when we succumb to that chaos, what it ends up doing is weakening our immune system,
Yeah, our power.
increasing blood pressure. It exacerbates anxiety and depression. It will disrupt your sleep patterns. It'll strain relationships.
Mm.
So, first of all, you need to understand what your triggers are.
Yes.
What triggered you to get into that place?
Mm-hmm.
And then navigating that turbulence, first of all, is the mindfulness meditation. That's one. Journaling, that's an extremely important, that's one that I've practiced my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And I have filled journal after journal after journal, and I've gotten to three different places in my life where I gathered up 10, 20 journals and destroyed them,
Wow.
burned them. It's like, I don't want anybody else reading this.
No.
This was my dealing with the angst
At that time.
at that time, right? And so I would create ceremonies. I would go out, especially when we lived at a lake, we had a burn pit. And I would ceremoniously tear up that journal and throw it in the fire and say, I've moved beyond that now. Um, and then another way to deal with the angst is just to seek that support
Yes.
from those who we've mustered,
Mm-hmm.
and then being aware of what really works for me in self-care.
Yeah,
You
being
know,
aware of that. Yeah.
not every form of self-care works for everybody. So what works for you?
Yeah.
You know, um, for some people, it's go and take a nap.
Exactly.
For some people, it's hobbies like creating something, painting or gardening or putting some music on and moving to it.
Mm-hmm. Or if you don't have the time to do that when that chaos is going on around you, just finding that one thing that you do notice, either like you said, like putting a song on that you like, or doing something that doesn't take you away from your caregiving, but yet does help you to just to. I like what you said about the trigger, like really acknowledging, saying, yes, I am angry right now, and yes, I'm not feeling, and because this triggered me. But what I'm going to do now is deliberately take a breath and calm myself down because I don't need that to be taking over right now, right?
Right.
Like acknowledging it and moving out of that space.
Right, but it's also prioritizing our
Hmm.
self-care practices.
Right, right.
You don't put this down at the bottom.
No,
This needs to be at the top. At the
exactly.
top.
Yeah, it's not selfish, that's for sure.
Mm-mm. And so it's learning how to reflect, learn, and grow, empowering yourself to better navigate,
Mhm.
those emotional turbulences in the future.
Because they're going to come. We know that. Like, we're not
Right.
saying that this doesn't happen when you're mindful and you're in the present moment, but it does happen. But these are tools. Thank you so much for sharing that. These are tools to help you get through that, just to the other side, so that you're sitting there on that deck of your book, just arms open, expanded, and welcoming those good thoughts too.
I think something else that really serves us is the whole practice of forgiveness.
Mm.
When we're forgiving ourselves, but we're forgiving others. And it's not that you say, okay, what you did or what you said didn't count. It has nothing to do with that.
Right.
We forgive others, not for them, but for us. So we don't have to keep carrying it around.
Drop it. Let it go.
Exactly it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Linda, thank you so much for all this really valuable information. It's really reminding us what the steps, it's not difficult. It's just that we have to be reminded and to be mindful and to be in the present moment. And anything else that you want to share with us before we kind of run off here? And I will be putting in the show notes about your book. So do show the cover again, but I will have that information for you in the show notes for our audience. And
Right. The Wellness Reset is available on Amazon.
okay, good. Good, good, good. And you'll find a lot more valuable information. We didn't have time today to do this on this podcast, but we're just so glad that you joined us today. And I want to thank my beautiful guest, Linda. Thank you so much for being here. And we want to share your story and we want to hear from you. And we're asking that if you want to join our community, this is the Bridging Barriers community. And you can visit us at janssenconsultinggroup.com. And that'll be in the show notes as well. And just, we bridge barriers together. We are a community. We want to bring us, Candace and I want to bring everyone together. We're planning some wonderful events if you are local, and if you're not local, we'll do it virtually as well. But so we really want to build this community of like-minded, service-driven, heart-centered women. Primarily, they're not all women. We're not all the caregivers I know are not all women. So everyone is welcome. And so please join us at our website. And again, Linda, thank you so much for being here. You're a delight. I love talking to you. And everybody, thank you so much for joining us today on Bridging Barriers. Really appreciate you being here today.
Oh,